Everybody, Liking Blades here, and in today's video I have 3 different knives. I've owned all 3 of these for a little while now, since about Blade Show. I actually got them all at Blade Show, one of which, this one, I got for a very good deal from a very good friend of mine. But the reason I got that deal isn't just because of our friendship, but I also did something very nice for them. So I'm going to go ahead and save this for last. Now, I don't remember what is in which of these cases or in these little boxes, but in a way they're both the same product, but they are both discontinued, much like a lot of the Machine-Wise product line. I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. It has the older style box, but anyway, let's crack into it, shall we? This, now that I'm looking at it, is a Machine-Wise Marin Light. It was originally black, but the same friend who sold this to me traded me these handles with a trainer blade. I then made another trade at Blade Show and got this blade. This is not a Marin Light blade. This is a Tie Maron blade. It is S35VN. Not AEBL, like Marin Lights should be. This is a Marin Light, but it's also not a Marin Light. It has a good balance point for the way it's built, but this blade is a bit too heavy for these handles. I wouldn't call it blade biased or blade heavy. I'd say it is very close to neutral. It's just got a lot more mass on this side. Not more weight, just more mass, which makes it feel a little weird, but you get used to it very fast. It sounds good. This thing is nowhere near mint. It's got scuffs, scratches, dents, and all that. It's got damage to the blade itself, which the handles I got this blade off of are also not in the best condition. But that whole thing is a little weird. But even for how old this thing is, that's pretty good tolerances. It sounds nice, it's bouncy, and I haven't oiled this in a while. I haven't flipped it in a while. This has been stuck in my case for probably upwards of 3 weeks. Or, no, it wouldn't be 3 weeks. It'd be about 1 week because I used it to open the box for my very first video here. So, correction. I've used it a week ago, but I haven't flipped it in about 3 weeks. Let me clarify that. But let's go ahead and move on to the next product. This one. It's in a newer style case, but it's just as old as this. Another Marin, but if I can get it out, you may notice it has some pretty colors on it. It's got a nice ano on it, which I will end up putting individual clips and sound tests of each knife at the end of this video, so stick around if you want to see that, or skip to the end if you want. That's up to you. But not only does this have zippy inserts for the handles, it has it for the blade and the speed channels. They're all different colors. I need to get some pink for this, but all this white is glow in the dark. And it's smooth, while the pink is UV reactive and it has a texture on it. This is all smooth. Pink has texture. That's smooth. The blade glows in the dark, and the white inserts glow in the dark. I have it reversed on both sides for the handles. I'm going to try and get some pink and pink for here, or maybe I'll get pink here and leave it like this. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But the Tie Maron is a very good knife. This thing is incredibly handle biased, however, because this is a Prisma trainer blade, titanium handles, all of this weight added to these handles makes it so much more handle biased than it normally is. And this is the blade that was on this. These used to be one knife. This blade came off of here. This blade came off of here. This blade came off of here. And the balance is very different. S35VN is a lot more dense than AEBL is. And this is 410 stainless, I believe. I think. I don't remember off the back of my mind, but that's what I believe it is. These both flip weird, but good. They're good flippers. I love them. This is actually my favorite trainer right now. This is nowhere near my favorite live blade, as you know, but I do flip it from time to time. Now that I have my Kraken, I don't really need an aluminum channel knife that feels like this. I'd rather it be more neutral with an AEBL blade, which if somebody has one and they're willing to trade straight up for this blade, let me know. I will do that, because I want this to be an actual Marin light, not this abomination kind of abysmal project knife that it is. Anyway, since I'm already here, these were both trades. I got these both in trades. My good friend Qme on Instagram and on YouTube traded me this with this blade for a pretty decently beat up Delta 50. I was super happy with that. Then later on at Blade Show, I don't remember who it was that I traded with, but I had a Damascus Zolo. I liked it. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but I messed around with it for a while. I intended to turn it into a steak knife. But then somebody came up to me with this as a trade offer, just not with the zippy stuff. And I accepted immediately, because I've always wanted a Marin. So, now having a Marin light and a Tie Maron, I was very happy. This thing is pretty beat up. It's an abomination, but I love it. I love it that way. I specifically asked for the mismatch stuff just so that it would look funny, but even then, while it looks funny, it flips really good. it sounds really interesting. I mean, I'll go ahead and remove the speed channel inserts right quick. It's as easy as that. And I'll go ahead and put them back now. As simple as that, just slip them in. It makes this sound more like an aluminum channel bally than a ringy titanium bally, which I kind of fell in love with very quickly after I got these speed channels from Zippy. The original inserts that I had did not fit this correctly. They would fall out with any form of drop, no matter how hard or soft the drop was, they'd explode out of the handles. They still do that for hard drops, but soft drops, they don't do that at all. So originally I didn't have the speed channels. He gave me a discount, and then once I told him about the issue, he offered to send me new inserts. Speed channel. He didn't even tell me about the speed channels. Those were a surprise. But he sent me all new inserts, free of cost, and they were a size up so that everything would fit correctly. And honestly, I was very excited about that. I didn't expect him to do anything like that because, like I told him, I was fine with the issue. I was just curious if he had any ways that I could keep it from doing that without having to, like, gunk up the knife with super glue or anything like that. But he sent me the brand new stuff, which I'm perfectly fine with and I'm super happy with. I greatly appreciate that. If you want something for a Tie Maron or literally any knife that you have that he makes spacers and or inserts, definitely check them out. Not sponsored, by the way. No one sponsors me. I sponsor myself, and I don't even pay myself enough, so, well, I don't pay myself at all. Yeah. Now, let's move on to this. This knife is probably the most special knife that I own. It is also a Marin. It's a Tie Maron. But Kumi, the very same person who traded me this, I bought them a brand new satin Tsunami. Because they had terrible luck with theirs. It ended up with handle slap, all this other stuff. They sent it to Squid multiple times to try and fix it, but they never did. So, I bought them a brand new live satin Tsunami as a gift, just to say, thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being there. And they ended up trying to help me find a Tie Maron, because at the time I already had this with the trainer blade, and I was just looking for a live blade and a Marin that was in the Tie configuration. They found this for me, and they bought it for me. I believe it was $550 for them. They then turned around and sold me this knife with this custom case that they had a friend print out for them for $250. This knife was damn near mint. So, if you know anything about a Marin, they are very expensive now. I believe they go upwards of $600 now on the secondhand market. I don't know for sure, but I greatly appreciate her and what she did for me. Thank you very much. If you watch this, my words cannot express how thankful I am for you. But let's go ahead and move on. I'll open up this box and check out that blurple anno. So, this is, I believe it's not stock. I don't think it is. It's got a texture on it that neither one of these have. Neither one of these have the same texture as what this has. So I believe it is modded, but I don't care. This thing is nearly mint right now. It was basically mint when I got it. I've dropped it a bunch since then. There's a little bit of damage right here. It won't cut you, like at all right there, because I dropped it. There's some scuffs at the bottom of the handles, if you can see them, but it's no big deal, because everything I own will hit concrete eventually. It rings so nicely. And again, it's old, but it's still got a really good tune on it. And these all have the old style screws as well. They're a bit fucked up, but they're T10s. I need to get some new screws to put into these eventually, but these three, well, these two, are knives that will never leave my collection. Never. This one I've considered letting go. If someone made me the correct offer, I would let it go for trades. I don't know what it would be worth in this condition. I don't know, maybe QME still wants it. I doubt it, but maybe they do. If they do, then let me know. I'll give it to you. But these three are very special. This one because it's funny. That's the only reason this is special to me. It's funny. These are special because they came from a good friend of mine. And I really do I don't really know what to say, but their friendship means the world to me. It's one of the most important things to me at this point of my life. I don't have very much when it comes to people who care about me, except for my dog and my select number of friends on Instagram, and of course, my amazing viewers who have dedicated their time to watching the little content that I create. I've done a lot better than I thought I would, but these two are a staple of my friendship. These are more important to me than my original Talisong is, because they came from a very good friend. I cannot express how grateful I am to this friend for these. They were not gifts. I did have to pay for this one and trade for this one. I did not expect them to give me a gift at all. I don't expect gifts. But I also didn't expect them to buy this for me and give it to me at such a low cost just because I was giving them a gift. And I give gifts to people because I don't know how to show my gratefulness. I don't know how to show how thankful I am to somebody. So I show how thankful I am by purchasing gifts and giving them to the people that care the most about me, or that matter the most to me in my world. So while my original Talisong is the most expensive, rare, and my favorite knife, it does not mean nearly as much to me as these two. So, Kumi, if you are watching this, thank you so very much for the opportunities and the friendship that you have given me. It means a lot to me, more than you can probably understand. But I hope you're enjoying that tsunami and the massive chip that developed in the edge after the Balisong Rave incidents. That is hilarious. I'm still laughing about that today. I hope it's not cutting you very badly anymore, or that you have stopped getting cut by it entirely. But I hope you enjoy it and you treat it like a normal knife. Anyway, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. See you next time.